Yep, there we go. All right. September 14th, 2025. It's about 3:30 a.m. My brain just did that. Yes. So Scrappy, A. Cornelius, we are in fact going outside. Oh my god, it's actually cool outside. Wow. I have to check the Weather Channel when I get back in. I'm curious. Bear in mind, ow, that was my elbow. Bear in mind, I am not cold. I can get cold, but I am. Um, I'm laughing because of trying to navigate through the night. Okay, so walking the dangerous trail. So my name is Marcus Wolfking, and I have forever represented as a lupine, and that was something that made me chuckle. And this is me trying to go very spoiler free from Wednesday, but something gets said about lupines running hot, that they almost always are warm, they run hot. And I giggled my butt off on that one because accurate. You are correct, sir. Yeah, so I don't really get cold easily. I can get cold, obviously, but typically it needs to be cold for me to do that. Which, well, it might be in the 60s. I don't know. I'm gonna switch hands. You can't even tell though, because I'm in the dark right now. Oop, that was my thumb. Lighting my thumb like Peter Boyle over here. Cigars. Don't inhale until the tip glows. Just chucked a couple more magazines in the burn barrel. See if I can jumpstart them. It was smoky in this backyard earlier. Oh my god. It's like a World War II battlefield in here. See? I'm playing with fire and I'm recording it, so if I make a mistake, it's on film. I'm all about accountability. I don't know if that's going to be enough to restart that. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, it didn't really burn completely earlier. But I was stuffing the hell out of that thing too, so I'm not surprised. I'll try again when I can see. So yeah, earlier I was double checking my channel's content and whatnot. And you can see the thumbnails from like the videos that I've done recently. And I had done a recent episode without a shirt on. I was topless. Normally I save that for my OnlyFans, but on this particular no, seriously, I had a bed bug issue that made me take my shirt off. So I was like kind of skeege, like, yo. But my kid's like, you did a recording without like a top on? And I couldn't help it. I was like, I'm too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy for my shirt. So sexy it hurts. And it just kind of got stared at. Like, you don't know that song, do you? Tiny was like, I have no idea what you're talking about right now. I'm like, okay. So I pulled up the video. I'm too sexy. I was like, it was a big thing when it came out. It was huge. It was stupid huge. I don't even know why we all thought it was cool. But it is still kind of funny. I'm a model. It's just a ridiculous, goofy song that went really, really big. Yes, you decided to run right in front of me and then stop. Are we good? Okay. And we're walking. And we're walking. Let me double check, make sure I didn't. Yeah, there's no huge flames behind me or anything. Just gotta check, Make sure I didn't do something incredibly foolish that I'm gonna be sorry about later. So I've got a couple of high-ticket items on eBay right now. I've got several, actually. A guy emailed me and asked. Now, they're on eBay with prices attached, and it's basically a this price or best offer. You can make me an offer if you want. So he emailed me basically like a DM. What's the lowest price you'd be willing to take? I've ignored it. It's I don't know, what's the most you're willing to give me? You tell me what that is, and I'll tell you if it's acceptable or not. Do you understand how auctions work? That kind of stuff just annoys me. Like, it's a live auction. Like, if you DM me and I don't know you, I'm just going to go, oh, well, see, I'm trying to get this much money for it from all these other people, but because it's you, send me a legitimate offer. If I like it, I'll take it. Trying to get some, like, backdoor deal. Give me a break. Kids. They released a Resident Evil Requiem or Resident Evil 9 second trailer. I'd seen the first trailer and a little bit of the hype. The second trailer, you know how it is, like with movies and stuff, video games. We get to see a little bit more and whatnot. Oh. Hey, Scrappy, can you quit, like, ramming into my leg? Thanks. One of the things that makes me the happiest about it is I'm a huge fan, and I think I've mentioned this before, of, I love Zero, but I'm a huge fan of the Outbreak games. Man, I love 1, 2, and 0 a lot, an Outbreak. And there's an Outbreak character in that, 20 years later. And I'm wondering if they did more with Outbreak characters than just Alyssa. That's already cool. But I know I showed my clock, my Outbreak clock. And again, it's bootleg. I got it when the game first came out. And it's got, it's one of the neat things about it was there were eight Eight playable characters. And because I never did the online version, but I guess in the online version you can team up with 2 more people. For just doing the home version on like the PS2, that was my console. The computer will assign you two of the other 8 characters as AIs, and they'll walk around with you and occasionally help, but mostly get in your way. And Alyssa is one of those 8 characters, so I'm kind of hoping that at least mention a couple of the other characters. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, I saw the second trailer and I'm just like, oh my god, I want this game. It comes out February next year. But I need to play, full confession, I have played so many of those games on the PlayStation and PlayStation 2, and I looked it up. I'd mentioned it a while back that I knew I had some of the games for Steam, the remakes, but I couldn't remember what I had. I have 0 through 4, or technically 1, 2, 3, 0, and 4. And I think I have 7 and 8. I haven't played any of the remakes. I know, don't hate, don't shame. But because I am trying to work on my work-life balance, that's one thing that I'm probably going to be doing here in the near future. Because some things are starting to stabilize, like, in a weird way. So I can actually, without feeling guilt, because I feel guilt sometimes when I goof off, because there's, an overwhelming amount of shiz to do. So, but I'm getting to a point where I feel a little more comfortable taking that, 6-hour break and just immersing in a video game or something. So, I think that's going to happen pretty soon. In full disclosure, I didn't enjoy 4 as much as I did the others, playing them on the PlayStations. It just wasn't. It was still really good, but it wasn't. They almost went into more first-person shooter and less survival horror with that one, which I get it. The games evolve a little bit, but the survival horror is what made you amazing. So I'm not as worried about playing 4. Again, don't hate. If you're like Team Leon, don't hate. I'm classic character-wise. My cat is sneezing up a storm over there. Classic character-wise, because I know at least 2 people actually. One that might ask me in the feed, and another person that's probably going to DM me. Feel free to comment on the videos. Feel free to like all that stuff. We can have conversations in a weird, slow YouTube kind of way. But as far as classic characters, I'm very much a Chris fan, and I love Rebecca. That spunky little medic. Love her to death. And it was cool seeing Zero, because that's like, her spotlight game. And she's a cool character. I like Leon. I like Claire, all that, Jill, Barry, the whole gang. The other thing about 4 that I didn't care for as much is I don't understand the Leon evolution between 2 and 4. He went from decent rookie cop, qualified, not a wussy baby, solid stock, to James Bond in 5 years. Super spy training, amazing. And it was, to me, it was just really weird. You know what I mean? When did this transition happen? That's amazing character growth. You really leveled up, huh? Wow, that was pretty cool. Doing some Harry and David vanilla cream brulee and one of my Daffy Duck mugs. Yeah. But yeah, the transition from him from, and I played 5 also, and again they did the first person shooter kind of feel to it, which is just weird for me. And Chris really hit the gym. I mean, he really, really hit the gym. Maybe even like roided out a little bit. He really hit the gym. Oh my god, I didn't give you a cookie. I am so... Is that why you were headbutting me over here? Jim Carrey over here. I'm a bad father. Alright, come on, Scrap. See movies, they just pop into my head. You know, when people ask me if I've seen a professional about that, and my response is, well, yeah, Natalie Portman, that was like her coming out movie. There you go. Give you one of the good twisties. Yeah. Yum, yum, yum. This is a good film. The Professional. Jean Reno. Magnifique. I know that's not really the answer they were looking for. There we go. Toy surprise. It's a toy surprise in every box. This was just a goofy purchase, but I got them like stupid cheap. And I thought it would be fun. Oh my god, terrible things have happened to them. No, I'm just kidding. They're bodies. It's kind of a morbid thing to open. Nothing but bodies. Speaking of Resident Evil. A little bit of time in the Arklay Mountains turned out to be a nightmare. I'll never be able to forget the things that I saw there. Terrible things. Unnatural things. Things that look like this. Didn't work at all. Worst reveal ever in the history of Hollywood. It was like Ed Wood. So yeah, I got some of the Avatar. That did not work at all. My apologies. That went different in my head. Also really similar to the sign for Crazy. No, you can't play with the bubble wrap. But yeah, they have them stupid cheap because I'm sure they can't sell them that easily because everybody wants, you know, Felix and Ralph and all that. But somebody had a lot of the three different avatars. So I thought, you know what, that'll be funny. And I'm going to keep my eyes open on eBay and see if anybody else like puts any lots up. I've seen some singles up, but I'm not going to pay like, you know, $8 for one, you know, with the shipping and all that to get it. This, I think I paid like $10 to get all 3. I think it would be funny, almost like from a Minion standpoint, to have a small army of these damn things. One of my Imperials. Oh, yep, I knocked him over. they've got the little, like, thought bubbles that you can put in their heads, which that sounded much better in my head than it did once it came out. They're fun though. You know, little. So they're fun. They're cool. And they've got a face on all four sides, and the hair comes up, so you can pull the hair off, and they can have a different expression going on there. It's neat. So it's kind of a cute, clever design, and it fits from the movie. You know, you can kind of match the thought bubble with the face. You know, and of course the flip to that would be more like, take my money. You know, I love that item, put it in my cart. Oh, he's drunk. But yeah, so those came. I've got a lot of stuff on order that just isn't here yet, because that happens. That's all good. I promised I'd open that on camera, so stupid and goofy, but fun. I'm gonna sign off here, and I'm gonna get back to work. I got I got laundry and stuff in motion, and some other things that are like drying and whatnot, so make it a great day.